Hello, beautiful, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Corinne, and today we're going to be talking about Call Him Up. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I'm trying to take you all from just listening to me to interacting with me and to actually start to be it. So I'm going to do like a little quick pause before every. Oh, it's called a femininity focus. We're going to femininity focus. And when we focus, we're not going to focus here. We're going to take our energy, all that. Like if you've ever experienced like a lot of tension headaches or you're always in your head, that means that your energy is like you're very heady. So you're very much in your masculine energy. Nothing wrong with masculine energy, but if you watch me, that's probably not where you want to be. So we're going to drop down into our bodies. A really easy way to do that is I imagine that there's like this, like maybe a light bulb or a white light. No, sometimes mine is pink. Pink is my favorite color. A pink light that is like just chilling up here. And then I take that and I move that down my body. So with every inhale, I pause and I bring it down. I take a deep breath and I bring it down. And I can literally feel like my attention move from my head throughout my body. And using your hand is actually really great because you can like kind of, I guess, feel it more. So moving it down. And I go all the way until I'm in my womb space area. All right. So now that we're outside of our head, let's start to think with our hearts and with our womb space. So this is called Call Him Up. So here's what I can say. You're welcome. If you have dated an ex of mine in the past, and I say ex loosely because y'all know me. Let's say 3 years, because I didn't really start stepping into this till about 3 years ago. But I'm gonna say any ex, but let's just say 3 years. You're welcome. Okay. He is a better man because of me, and I do not feel depleted. And I really do think that this is how women need to interact. If you interact with a good man, if you are dating a man, if you feel like, wow, he's a good man, maybe he's not my good man, but he's a good man, I'm going to need for you to call him up. Call every man up you deal with, but specifically the men that you are dating or you're interacting with on a very intimate basis, call him up. And when I say call him up, this is what I mean. The feminine is like always here, wanting more, wanting more, wanting more, wanting more. And sometimes people can think, oh, wow, like women are selfish and they're materialistic and, all they want is things. And sometimes that can be true. And, and women inspire men to do better. So men go out, or I don't know what's happening now, but I know that most times, because it's getting a little tricky out here, that most times men have worked to get to women. So women were here and men had to literally work to get to women. And then women said, thank you so much. Now meet me up here. And then he had to work to get to her again. And then you say, thank you so much. Now meet me up here. And then you have to work to get. So it's like this beautiful dance. It's like this beautiful flow. And it's not he's working, to tire himself out and, to die early, but he's working so he can use some of that masculine energy so he can feel better about himself, so he can be more disciplined, so he can do more, so he can set actions, be goal oriented and take them, or set goals and take action so he can do those things. So I'm not saying this in a bad way. I'm also not saying go out and say this and say, oh, I'm going to inspire you, and after we date, you're going to be better because of me. Like, no. Please be quiet. Y'all making us look bad out here. Some of us are not understanding. Let's play the quiet game, okay? Y'all are not understanding. Y'all are doing a lot of talky, and not a lot of be, okay? So let's be more than we talk. but I do want to tell you to call them up. So my goal when I am dating a man is to leave him better than I found him. And not in a way of like, I'm going to pay his way, or I'm going to make him feel more secure, or, I'm going to tell him I'm going to protect him or anything like that. But I speak life into the men I care about. Like, if I care about you, I'm like, you can do it. You're the best. You're amazing. You're my favorite. Like, you got this. That business, you're going to kill it. I remember one of the guys I was dating had like a really important event. I set a calendar, a reminder in my phone, and I put text X, good luck on his speech today. And so I sent this like cute little beautiful message, and I just reminded him of how, because he was really nervous about it. So I reminded him like of how talented he was and how powerful he was, and how the fact that the speech that he was there to give was testament enough to his character and how much he was doing for his community. And so that he should not be nervous of having to talk about those things and to do what he was doing. So just small things like that. You leave him better than you found him. He left me better than he found me in different ways, right? So it wasn't necessarily you can do it, Corinne, you go, girl. It was in other things. So leave him better than you found him and call him up. When you allow for a man to give you bare minimum, when you allow for life, let's talk about life. And this is going for me too. When you ask for the bare minimum, or of nothing at all, and just like whatever you get, not only are you doing yourself a disservice, you are doing everyone else a disservice, and you are doing specifically that person or that thing a disservice, because you are not using it to its full capacity. You are not letting it shine. That's like somebody being really great at singing and dancing and acting and only being able to dance, but they want to sing and they want to act, right? Like, these are their talents and they want to show the world. Expect the best from people. Specifically, men you are dating. Expect the best from them. Expect for them to bring you their A game. Expect for them to be kind. Expect for them to be gentle. Expect for them to pay. Expect for them to open your door. Expect for them to have the umbrella ready when the rain is there. Expect for them to walk you back to your door. Expect for them to pick you up on dates. Y'all, I hate to drive. Like, it's not something that I want to be doing. And guess what? I don't. I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't want to do it. So I don't do it. Those are my expectations. I expect for him to be entertaining. I expect for him to be quirky. I expect for him to be human. Those best sides of him. I expect those things out of them. Men in my family, I expect for them to treat me kind. I expect for them to treat me well. I expect for them to compliment me. I expect for them to make sure I get home safe. I expect for them to check on me. I expect for them to, tell me things about investing I didn't know. I expect for them to come over to my house and check out what's going on. I expect those things of them. I really do. And when you expect the best out of people, you give them room to shine. Do not rob people of being the best and showing up for you. I have done that in the past, and when I tell you, hitting myself in the face, like, I'm like, oh, girl, why did you do that? Why did you fumble that bag? Why did you fumble that bag? Of all the bags, why that bag? But it taught me that expecting the best out of people is not only good for you, but it's good for them too. And when you don't expect the best out of people, specifically men, specifically good men, they're not going to want to be around you, because they kind of want to show off. They kind of want to look, look, look at the things. Look at what I can do for you. And I was like very scared of receiving that. Literally, I was like, oh my God, that's too much. Like, whew. It was like, I was like, whew, that's a lot. And now looking back on it, I'm like, goofy. But I had to learn. And I'm like, okay, now I expect the best. Okay, got it. Lesson learned. But expect the best. You get to be inspiration. There is nothing inspirational about a woman who allows herself to be walked all over. There is nothing inspirational about a woman who gives her body to men just because they call her pretty. There is nothing inspirational about a woman who doesn't take care of her mind. There is nothing inspirational about a woman who does not take care of her body. There is nothing inspirational about a woman who doesn't serve and love her community. Like, there's nothing inspirational about that. You need to be inspiring. He needs to leave your presence and be like, dang, I need to step it up. And not to make him feel inadequate or inferior, but it's a healthy amount of trying to get there to meet you. And then you get to do a little dance, and then you go up. And then he meets you, and then you do a little dance, and then you go up, right? So you're constantly evolving so he can constantly evolve, if that makes any sense. So call those men up. Call them up. I have friends, I'm calling them up. I'm calling them up. They should know when I'm around, insert your name, I gotta be on my P's and Q's or I can't be there at all. Precisely. No, you cannot come in my presence and wreak havoc. No, you cannot come in my presence with the bare minimum. No. And somewhere, they're probably doing that somewhere else. Please go enjoy. Please go have fun with all of those things. And you don't demand these things. You just simply call them up. Some come, some don't. That's life. But you want to make sure that you create an experience. Okay? An experience. An experience. Create an experience. Make sure you create an experience. Call that man up. He should be thinking of ways to get to your level. Like, how can I get that? How can I impress that? How can I be around that? And I'm not just talking about romantic friendships. Call them up. If you have male friends who don't treat women well, you're not responsible for it. You do need to say something, and you almost need to, like, disgust is like in my vocabulary. So let's use this. You need to sprinkle just the right amount of disgust with just the right amount of calling the best out of him. Just the right amounts. Because you need to let him know, like, that behavior is disgusting and I do not approve. And you also need to let him know you are better than that and I love you and I expect better from you. This is not the person I know you to be. I know you to be kind and I know you to be gentle, so I'm not sure why you're treating her like that. But the behavior is disgusting. Sprinkle a little bit of disgust. Sprinkle a little bit of it. As women, we have just gone so far from, like, standards and boundaries and just all kinds of stuff, is that because we create relationships, like relationships, sex, those things, that's our domain. Women reign over that, okay? Like queendom. Because we have let the parameters go so much, the men are running wild. The men are on these podcasts talking to women as if they are talking to a dog off the street. And they are getting millions of views. Disgusting. I have other things to say to those women, but I try to correct women in private because there's deeper layers. But I know there's deeper layers to why they're doing that too. But we need to come out and say, this content is disgusting. Women need to refuse to go on those shows. It's disgusting. Whether you agree with that woman's life choices or not, the fact that a man has time to sit down and go back and forth with women, I don't have words. I just don't have words. But we have gotten so far that we have allowed this. Pull the reins in. Pull them in. Pull them back. No. Call that man up. I know you are better than that. I hope the next time you see her that you apologize. I talked to one of my guy friends and he was asking me about like some relationship advice. And I told him, I said, you are a good man. You are an honest man. And honestly, I don't think that you care about this woman. And so for her well-being, you need to let her go and you need to do it quick. Because the longer you waste her time, the harder it's gonna hurt. And I said, you are a good man, you are an honest man, and you will do what is right. But I said, that's my opinion. He had talked for a long time. And then I asked him, I said, did you call me here just to listen or did you call me here for your opinion? And he told me, and I said, that's my opinion. And I said, you are better than that. She deserves better than that. And he did it because he already knew what he needed to do. But I didn't sit there and lie to him or coddle him. No, I called him up. Please don't do that to that woman. Leave her alone. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. If you don't want me, then don't talk to me. But call men up. Call them up. Lovingly tell them to raise the bar. Lovingly tell them that's not going to work for me. Lovingly tell them you're better than this. I know you are. You are capable. You are strong. You are courageous and you're a leader. You know how to get through this. What can I do to support you? But you already have everything you need inside. Call him up. That's what we do. We're the callers, the shot callers. The shot callers. Yeah, call them up. Call masculinity up. In an earth perspective, we have been stuck in the masculine paradigm for so long. Do, work, war, murder, get this, get that, property, power grabs. And it's like, okay, it's time for us to call the masculine higher. There is a version of men, of masculinity, that would just make you weep. It would literally make you cry at how capable they are, at how strong they are, and how they use their strength for the betterment of everybody. It would leave you breathless. We have to, like, as a whole, as a collective, we have to call it up. We have to stop looking at the men in our lives and allowing them to be mediocre, to not do the right things, to not correct them, to not say, I don't want to participate in that. I'm not going to participate in that. That doesn't align with my beliefs. I know you to be better than that. We can't keep doing it. Call that man up. allow the feminine to call the masculine up. We don't have to keep doing life the way we've been doing life. There are an infinite number of possibilities. Call him up. Let your feminine call the masculine up. You have that power. Don't go down. Call him up. Call it up. Use your femininity to call the masculine up. Call him up, 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 call him up. All right, how do you call them up? The first one, your presence. Let your presence be the inspiration. So big, so huge. Being in your presence should be like an addiction. And to want to be in your presence, they should know, okay, I have to do these things to be in her presence, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing is with your words, right? Call him up in a way that doesn't focus on his negative qualities, that focuses on the things that you want to see him do. Call out what you want to see in him. That's the second thing. The third thing is remove your energy. Remove your energy. If you feel like it's a space, it's a place, it's a man who is not uplifting and is not living to his true potential, the masculine is not living to that true potential, remove your energy. No thought, no call, no show, like remove it. And state why you're removing it. This is why I'm removing it. I can no longer be in this. I know you to be better than this. Remove you would be so surprised how impactful removing your energy is. No longer concentrating on that. I'm not going to be a part of that. I'm not going to show up to your house anymore. I'm not going to show up to these gatherings. I'm not going to come to your game anymore. I'm not going to whatever it is. No, thank you. Remove your energy. Remove it. And the fourth thing is hold other women accountable. You can't, it's not a solo thing. That's the thing about why women need community and why women need each other. When you accept something, let's say, what's a really good example? Okay. It's lemonade stands. Okay. And it's 10 lemonade stands. 9 of the lemonade stands are giving away lemonade for free. One lemonade stand is giving away lemonade for 50 cents. And the other lemonade stand is giving away lemonade for selling lemonade for $5. Now, this is what's happening like in the dating feminine masculine world. Most people are giving it away for free. And you are hurting business for everyone. You have to come up and you got to say, okay, girl, what's the market price? What are the shares going for? Because if not, if you let him slide, and then his last girlfriend let him slide, and then the 3 girlfriends before that let him slide and never corrected it, when he gets to, whomever, it's a hot mess. Hold that man accountable, please. Call him up. We beg you. Like, this is a team sport. This is not an individual sport. Yes, you're kind of playing individually, but this is a team sport, babe. We need everybody in participation. Because everybody's husband was somebody's boyfriend, was somebody's love, was somebody's crush, was somebody's man they were dating. And so they learned how to behave through those women. So once again, I say you're welcome to the women who are dating my exes. I looked out for you. But they're dating those women and then they get to you. So it's like, yeah, you need those women's help. Because a society, if he was dating women who called him up to be higher and, the highest masculine version of himself, girl, by the time he got to you, oh my gosh. Superstar. But if he's dating women who let him get away with the bare minimum and, let him do whatever it is that he wanted to do just so they could be in his presence. Girl, by the time he get to you, no, call that man up. Hold your friends accountable. Ask them at this point, friend, what are we doing? Why is it always a sad story? Why is it always drama going on with you and your partner? Like, what is happening and how can I help you? Because this is not good for you and this is not good for me. So call him up. Call your friends up too. And that's the end of this video. I really hope that you all enjoyed it. Please call this man up. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. One-on-one coaching is going to be in the description box below, as well as Femininity Foundations. And that course, Femininity Foundations, is specifically for Black women. If you are not a Black woman, the content in there is not going to make any sense to you because we have such a specific experience. So that's for Black women, and it talks about the foundations of femininity. It talks about dating. It talks about generational patterns. It talks about movement, different movement practices. It talks about kind of our historical experience and how that impacts how we show up today. So Feminine Foundations is in there, and also Sex is Your Superpower. That course is like crazy good. Get in there. That course is not only going to teach you about your sexual power, but it's also going to help you to embrace your sexual power and learn how to transform your sexual power, okay, for yourself, for health, for vitality, for money, for creativity, for all of these different things. And what is the last thing that Sex is Your Superpower does that I'm forgetting? Oh, I teach you how to be magnetic, okay? Even when you are not giving your body away. We have not learned the art of being interesting without sex because we think once we do that, it's like, okay, we don't have to be interesting anymore. But because I know I don't give my body to men, I have found many different ways to be interesting, to be exciting, right? To be like that girl, okay? The it girl. Or am I the it woman? I don't know. But yes, those 2 courses are in there. I cannot wait to see you inside, and I will talk to y'all another day. Bye.